Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Finless Fish. You join me about a third of the way through the month of July, and we are at the first year player draft. Not a huge amount of time has passed since we played that game against the Braves. In the end, we did end up taking one more of those the 4 game set, so we did tie it in the NTT. And since then, we have been on a horrific loss streak and haven't won a game since. So yeah, that's less of that though. We'll move on to the future and maybe something more positive, and we'll move to the player draft. So, quickly, top 100 prospects were updated. Max Meyer is 8th, although it does say in here that he is 10th. But either way, that's good to see. So yeah, let's get straight on with the first year player draft. Also the Almanzar, that guy we wanted to try and sign in the international free agent. He went to the Angels and is now the second highest rated prospect in the game. So yeah, we may have missed out on him. He looks unreal, but if he can maintain that will be another question. So the first year player draft, we have the 6th pick of the draft. We know who we're expected to be taking, and that is at Drew Jones, I believe. Yeah, he is projected to fall to us. I would love, obviously, Kumar Rocker, who didn't actually sign in the end with the Rockies. And then he's now available. And then there's Elijah Green, obviously, who's probably going number 1. Termar Johnson is another very good candidate. So let's just do the first few picks and see. So Baltimore take Elijah Green with the first overall pick. Not very shocking. The Diamondbacks take Termar Johnson. So my two numbers, number 1, I knew they wouldn't get to me, but it was worth it. Texas take Drew Jones. So the OSA had us getting Drew, and they had the Rangers taking Cole Young, but they have not fallen like that. So Pittsburgh take Robert Moore, leaving Washington to take Cam Collier. So we have some options here now then. We have Kumar Rocker, who has the potential to make quite a big impact early on. OSA doesn't massively like him like our scout does, so I wonder if he might fall a bit lower, maybe to the next round. And I'm going to have a little think and I'll come back to you guys. So I had a think, and I think Kumar Rocker makes the most sense. Our scouting director would love for us to take this catcher, Cody Jansen, but I'm not a massive fan of taking a catcher in the first round, and he's not, unless he's a standout guy, but he's not. Brock Porter is a guy I really would like to take, but I'm not a huge fan of this control, and I'm not a massive fan of taking high school pitchers. Kumar Rocker's very solid. He will probably be able to pitch in our rotation. I mean, arguably he could go straight in over Petit. I won't. I'll probably save him till next year, but he will be in the big league ball club next year. And I'm not actually sure what one of our owners' goals is. It's not to have drafted players, but I think that is the right move to take Rocker. A couple other guys I really like the look of are, and hoping they fall. Hunter Barker is very intriguing. He just doesn't have the upside that Rocker does, but he looks like a very solid pitcher that can make quite an early impact. And it's also Judson Fabian, the centre fielder, probably going to be corner outfielder is how I'd play him, because that range is not fun. Probably a right fielder or left fielder, depending where Bleeday plays. Potentially, if he falls to me, that would be wonderful. So I'm going to take Rocker. 10 million is his demand, and his signability is hard. So I don't know if I should offer them slot or if I should meet his demand. I'm going to offer them slot for now, and then we'll see what happens. So let me draft on, and I'll be back. So Brock Porter has fallen to us in the second round. A couple of the guys that we were looking at, like Justin Fabian, went in pick 10 to the Rockies. Cody Jansen went to the Padres. Cole Young, Dylan Lesko went. Cubs and Twins. Barker went to the Athletics. As expected, quite a few of the guys we wanted didn't make it to us. So yeah, Brock Porter's still available, and I'm very intrigued in offering him the slot maybe, and then maybe help me in his demand. The other couple of guys, Ethan Petrie looks very solid hitter, very very solid third baseman. Again, high school, so you've got that risk. Mo Hampton Jr. as well is quite interesting, but I think I'm going to go for Brock Porter. For me, I think pitching is very important in this game, especially. So yeah, I'm going to take him and hope either one of Hampton Jr. or Petrie fall again. So we'll offer him the slot, and we'll carry on. So Petrie has fallen to the next round, and he is who we're going to take for our next pick. So we started with a college player, now we've gone to two high schoolers. So I will meet his demand here as it's cheaper. Yeah, very happy with that. And then we can just skip to the next one, and I'll be back. Roman Anthony is quite interesting. A player, power centre fielder, probably profiling more as a corner, but still young, still potential to grow, and could be quite an interesting pickup. 6'3", big guy. I think I'm going to take him with my fourth pick, and so let's. The other guy is Juan De La Cruz. He's still available. He's a decent enough defender, probably not a shortstop with that arm, probably a second baseman. But he looks decent enough, but he's quite young, and I don't know. We'll see. We'll see who, if he falls again, he won't. So I'm gonna go have a look, and I'll be back. Moving into the later rounds, Karsten Sabathia is still available, and obviously son of CC, looks like potentially quite a threat from the right hand side batter's box. He looks like a big power guy, built a bit like his dad. At 6'4", 230. I think I'm going to be taking him with my next pick. And from now here, I just usually look for just some good potential in their ratings. So like, this is always quite interesting when you find. Well, he looks actually a very solid shortstop. But when you find pitchers with good contact ratings, and he's English as well, Miles Janssen, just like me. So what I might do is I'm actually going to take Zach Neto because he looks very good first, and then I might try and see if Janssen is still there, and he is. So I'm going to take him. I'm just going to carry on with a few later rounds, and then I'll see you in a minute. So that has wrapped up the scouting first year player draft. These are our top picks that we have made. Rocker, Porter, Petrie, Anthony Sabathia, and Janson. I'm pretty happy with this, to be honest. Kumar Rocker's a guy that, as long as he signs not wants that, doesn't want that 10 million, we can have him straight into the team almost. Brock Porter's got that high upside, high school. Petrie the same, as does Anthony, really, with that power. Sabathia again with the power, and Janssen is quite an interesting pitcher who again looks like a solid, maybe back end of the rotation, 6'6" as well, big guy. So I'm going to continue with this month, and then I'll be back at the end of the month, and hopefully all these guys have signed. Before we do get to the end of the month, the All-Star Game rosters have been announced. From Miami, you have Trevor Rogers, who's having a great year, 8.5, 3.42 ERA. You've also got Jacob Stallings, the catcher we brought over from Pittsburgh, has made his first All-Star appearance, so really happy with him. My boy Nick's in there playing first again because he can't defend. Brian Anderson is also another guy, batting 300, with almost a 3-win season already. 1.271 a win or WRC plus. And then that is it from the Marlins team. But three All-Stars is certainly much more than I was expecting from that. So really happy with that. And the prospects game has been announced. For who we have is Max Meyer going for us in pitcher, and that's it. Unfortunately, Robert Hessel the third on there as well. So yeah, in terms of a brief update, Rocket and Porter want more money, so I have offered them both more money. So we will see how they get on. Roman Anthony signed, as did Miles Jansen. So they're actually both already here. Miles Jansen has now got an 8 ERA of his first start at A+, so not so good. And I believe Roman Anthony is down here, yeah, hitting 167 in the rookie league, so not doing so well. But we have the players starting to feed in, so let's see how the All-Star goes actually whilst we're here. We started to win quite a few games actually after our awful start. Lopez pitched another good game there. We actually went on a bit of a winning streak, won 4 in a row, 3 against the D-backs, 1 against the Mets, and we took the 2 series now back to back, so turning it around after a dreadful start. We've got the let's see how we got on, how Max Meyer got on, and he didn't pitch, which is always good to see. And then we've now got the home run challenge, and the which was won by Brandon Lowe of the Tampa Bay Rays. He's some player at the moment. He had a very good year last year in real life as well. So, Mickey Moniak hit for the cycle down AAA, batting quite well down there. So that's exciting to see. He's having a good July. 280, 3 home runs, 11 ribbies. Not too bad. Strikeouts are high, but anyway, we're getting distracted. Ethan Petrie has agreed to sign with us. Great to see. He'll get some rookie league action, no doubt, this season. Nothing more on the other the two top picks. So, in terms of the All-Star game, the American League won 8-1. In terms of my guys, we had Stallings, who came on and fielded and played catch, but didn't get an at-bat. Brian Anderson struck out 3 times and 3 at-bats. And Trevor Rogers had 2 batters to face. He walked 1 and he got 1 out. So, not terrible standing, but not great. Okay, that's that. I will finish up July and be back. Time to say goodbye to Miguel has come, I think. He's had a great year with us. 337, 2.7 wins, 910 OPS. He's been excellent. He's been a bit injured, and obviously his contract's out at the end of the year. He's going to want quite a bit of money. We don't have the money, and we're not interested in signing him long term. So the deal we have on the table here is with the Philadelphia Phillies, and the main piece back is Mick Abel. Our scout is not a huge fan of him, but we know how good he can be. He's a 72 ranked prospect. He was taken by the Phillies, 15th overall in that 2020 draft. And we also get Bryson Stott, who's their 2nd or 3rd best prospect. Another guy who was he was drafted 14th in the draft in 2019. We're raiding the Phillies again for their top prospects, and we're giving up obviously Miguel and Eddie Rosario, who's actually had a very, very good year down AAA. Well, a good year at AAA, and they won him. Phillies need a shortstop. They have Didi Gregorius, who's hitting 195 and can't play really that great D. He's alright, but Rick Rose, a big upgrade on all of that. And Rosario, I imagine, is coming in to take the place of Adubo Herrera. Maybe Abraham Almonte has become quite a player for them. And obviously they've got ridiculous Harper's contract. So yeah, this is the deal we're going to make, and the fan interest has gone down. But I think it's a good move, and it's one I think we all knew was eventually going to come. In terms of, we now need someone to play shortstop for us. So I will need to find someone there. Maybe Bryson Brigman can come back up and John Bertie will play. I think it's a play. In terms of who we've got left, I think most of our dealings are done. Brian Anderson's going to want a lot of money, but I think he's He's going to want about 9.5. Um, I think it would be silly to get rid of him, as he is arbitration eligible, so he's still got some team control. Maybe sign him for a contract and then maybe look to get rid of him, depending how well we do. Joey Wendell might be someone if we can get any value, and Aguiar. Um, the rest are all young and controllable. Bleer, if we can get anything, maybe. Stallings, I kind of want to keep. He's been very good for us. And Flores, he's been good for us, and he's a good solid reliever who's not going to want a huge amount of money. So maybe Aguiar and Wendell are the last two I'll look to trade, but besides that, I'll see you at the deadline. The final trade we will be making is Joey Wendell will be leaving us on deadline day. Came over on that trade with Tampa for Cameron Misner, which was done in real life, and I'm not a huge fan of it as the way it's turned out with Wendell. He's had an okay, I mean, he's not had a great year, if we're honest. And we will be getting Yoelqui Cespedes, Yoenis' brother. He's had a very good year down at AA. Had an OPS just under 100. And he's now up at AAA. And he plays excellent defense just like his brother. And he's got the power maybe too, and I'm hoping he can develop. He's already 24, almost 25. But it may be him and Bleeday on corner outfield slots. Who knows, could be quite interesting. So yeah, we will make this trade. Confirm that. No one really was interested in Aguiar, and it would have been rubbish what I was giving up. So we'll keep him and let him play out the rest of his day here. And now we need to bring up a replacement for Wendell, which I'll do. I will go and do that, and then I'll sum up, go through the deadline, and we'll see all the big moves that were made. So the trade deadline has passed, and we're into the 1st of August now. First bit of news: Miguel Rojas has signed a contract extension with the Phillies. He is now staying there for another 5 years at $76 million. I mean, that just says a lot on how he's performed, but that is a big commitment to what will be a 38 to 9-year-old by the time he's done on that contract. It's obviously Phillies like what they see in him, so can't really argue with that. Quick look at some of the leaders. Eloy Jimenez is actually leading the batting race. Harper's leading on home runs. 93 driven in already from Jimenez. Harper with a 7-win season almost. Burns almost dominating the stats here with a 1.04 ERA. And he still lost 4 games, which is not good for the Brewers. Syndergaard having a very good year with the Angels. DeGrom obviously doing well. What's new? So yeah, what we will... I'm actually 3rd with stolen bases, interestingly enough. In terms of what trades were made, there were, from what I saw, too many big ones. Yoelqui obviously coming to us was actually one of the last ones done. Tellez went to the Washington Nationals for a couple of guys from Washington. Going the other way to the Brewers. JD Martinez went to Milwaukee as well for Bryce Chirang, Leones and Howell. So yeah, it's a big. It looks like the Brewers are obviously, well, they've traded away Tellez and brought in Martinez. So maybe he's going to be moving to first or something. I'm not sure. In terms of that, is our trade with Abel. Drew Streckenrider's gone to the Dodgers. Brantley's gone to LA, but not a huge amount of deals towards the end of the deadline. So yeah, in terms of this player development, Lazardo's actually been improving this month and has gone up. Garcia's making a defensive improvement. Griffin Conine, who actually won Player of the Week or something in the lower leagues, having a very good year up at AAA now. He's been promoted, much better than he was at AA, so see if he can sustain anything like that. Bryson Stott has actually improved quite a bit since he's moved to us, hitting quite well. Yuri Perez is increasing in overall. Tanner Allen is. Nasim Nunez is. Chris McEvelyn. So yeah, Ethan Petrie is suddenly going down, which is not what you want to see at your 3rd pick, but In terms also of the draftee, Brock Porter actually rejected us in the end. I gave him three something million, 4 million, and it still wasn't enough for him. So we didn't have enough to offer them both of their demands. So I've stuck with Kumar Rocker as he's our first overall pick. I've given him his demand, so I'm just hoping that's a formality now. So yeah, looking at the team, we are still fourth in the division. Nothing really has advanced on from where we were. We've kind of just stayed the same position. Petit's struggling, unsurprisingly. The bullpen's not great. We can't really score many runs. So normal orders in service. I think Brinson's 18 home runs down there. Um, Peyton Burdick is now up at AAA, and he's not doing too badly. Mickey Moniak's doing quite well as well, so maybe he can be in order to come back. Max Meyer, still a bit of a high ERA, but he's almost definitely going to be with us next season from the off. So, yeah, that will bring this episode to a close. Next month is the month of August, the penultimate month before the end of the season. We'll see how we get on. In terms of young players coming up, I don't see or envisage too many. Maybe Mayer gets a go if we really struggle with pitching, and maybe Petit. I mean, Braxton Garrett's doing extremely well. That really low ERA in the bullpen, so I'm kind of tempted to keep him now almost. So I think it's unlikely we'll see any more of these guys make their debuts. Joelke's down, hitting 750 in AA, which you love to see. And Abel pitched really well in his first game. He went 5 2/3 of giving up no runs and striking out 6, so very good start for Abel. So hopefully we get that signing of Rocker, and then I'll be back at the end of August and see where we stand. Thank you all very much for watching, and see you next time.